closer towards the
Bruh.
end
New
of
list.
the school year. We are also going to dive into how our narrator reacts when confronted with the past. However, before you jump into your vocabulary, into your do now, we are going to take the next minutes to go over your vocabulary. As I mentioned last 3 weeks ago, you all need to have a functional application of these words. I will happily send an email with the 12 words. They are averse, circumspect, constituent, culpable, destitute, manifest, overt, preclude, recluse, respectively, retrospect, and tenant. You all will use the next 6 minutes of class to work on your definitions of these words in order for you to begin applying them tomorrow in our life. You will not have to apply them today. Remember, you need to have the part of speech,
Email.
a functional definition, an example, and a personal connection to each word. What is today's music selection? Something new.
Something there.
What's Salvadorian wrong?
Ooh,
Is that even a thing?
should be.
Salvadorian rock?
Spanish rock.
Is number 5 destitute?
Yes, destitute. Destitute. I do not see Salvadorian rock.
The search of Hispanic rock.
No, this is same.
All right, let's see what we come up with.
Is number 7 over?
Number 7 is over.
Ella se fue con el niño pico.
Does number 2 say circumcised?
Circumspect.
Oh.
Manifest?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that one.
I quote her comfortable temperature check. Anybody seen Diego today?
You're not here.
Make sure you organize your definitions. All right, what does averse mean? Did anybody get that one? We should have started with the first word. Averse means?
Having this, like, having hatred or like a strong dislike towards a certain thing.
All right, when you are averse to something, you don't like it. What about circumspect? The word circumspect means,
Like weary or unwilling to take a risk.
you said what?
Like unwilling to take a risk.
I'm willing to take a risk, is that what you said? Yeah, it's not just not willing, it's the idea of not wanting to take a risk. So you need to add the risk part, it's not just being unwilling, it's not stubborn. All right, what about constituent? A constituent is, it's a noun,
Being part of a whole. Being part of a whole.
a constituent would be a piece of a whole, yeah. So a person would be a constituent if they're a member of a group. And then culpable is the last one I'm gonna ask you. What does culpable mean?
Okay.
Go for it, Kevin.
It's like deserving blame, like deserving of blame.
Yeah, somebody is culpable, that means it was their fault, they deserve to take the blame for this thing. We'll look at some more of these words tomorrow, you guys need to finish defining them for yourself so you can use them. Make sure that they are functional. Today's QNAP is posted in Teams. You saw in chapter 9, the narrator is blind to something. What is it? What is the thing the narrator is blind to? In chapter 9. What is the narrator blind to?
You got your book, bro. You got your book, bro. Lock it in.
You do not have to use vocab today, I took it off for today's criteria. You will need to use vocab tomorrow, so that gives you enough time to get it all knocked out. What is the narrator blind to?
But it's a chicken.
And drop off will close at the end of class.
At the end of class. Crazy.
Last 2 minutes? All right, pause where you are. Talk to me. What do you think the narrator was blind to in chapter 9 specifically? What was he blind to? Yes, Mark, Louise.
I said, I think he's blind to the truth of the letters.
You think he was blind to the truth of the letters? What else could he have been blind to? That's a good one. Yes, Romina, you're fighting yourself, I see.
Trustee Dr. Bledsoe, I don't know how you say it, but it's Trustee Dr. Bledsoe now.
You think he was blind to Dr. Bledsoe, right? Pardon?
He was blind to like the idea of quality, like blind to the other man's like kindness. He didn't trust him.
You say he did not trust him?
Yeah, the other man.
So what do you think he was blind to?
Or the idea of quality. Or
See, maybe he was blinded to the idea of equality. I would also beg to say he was potentially blind to who he was. So that's why I want to kind of focus on the confrontation of the past. Within this chapter, we see very small nuances of the narrator's past popping out. The first instance we see of the narrator's past before he gets to Mr. Emerson is when he meets Peter Withstraw. So who is Peter Withstraw? Who is Peter Withstraw?
Was he the
You have a quote?
Yeah, the weird guy that was singing the blues.
192?
Why is it that Ralph Ellison writes a weird black guy character singing the blues down the street? Why do we have to meet a weird guy? Why is he important to the story, Brett?
Because he's like a supernatural aid.
You think he's like a supernatural figure in the story?
Yeah.
Well, what makes him important? What does he do for the narrator? What's the significance here, Marco? Yeah, this guy, Peter, he sings jazz songs and he talks in riddles and he asks them questions in such a southern way that it reminds him of where he comes from. We also see after this conversation that the narrator thinks it's a good idea to have breakfast before I go on to this last interview. Can someone explain to me how the narrator reacts when the waiter suggests a special at the diner? How does the narrator react? Why offended?
Because he suggested a food and he thought like the black boy South would eat, and he was like, who do you think I am?
So he was offended because he was,
Suggesting a typical like black boy.
so what is that called? He made
Research.
stereotype. That's everything. Racist.
That's just HI.
He stereotypes the narrator, which calls him offense. We also find out about these letters. What does Bledsoe's recommendation suggest? What's the meaning of these letters?
Not good.
What do letters mean? What they say?
They're saying that he shouldn't be able, he's not allowed to come back to the college, and that he can't find out, that he can't come back, and then, I think that's what people should like, try to lead him on to something else.
Not quite.
What?
Stephanie?
Recommendation is a warning.
It is a warning. What is the warning?
Warning is that he is dangerous and that.
Here we go.
Come back.
Yeah, it's not just that he can't come back to school, but these letters to Dr. Bledsoe are warnings to white people that this black man cannot be trusted. How does the narrator deal with being confronted by his southern past? He's confronted by the past of the diner. He's confronted by the past when he meets the weird black guy that's singing down the street. And then he's confronted with his past when he realized that Dr. Bledsoe has labeled him as a harmful person. How does he deal with those three areas? How does he deal with being confronted by his past?
He said that he becomes angry and things like
Oh.
He does get angry, but what
At the
action
end,
does he take? He doesn't take on revenge.
What action?
Yeah, he makes a choice. He's angry at being stereotyped. He's frustrated by the old black man because he doesn't make sense to him. And then when he hears of Dr. Bledsoe's letters, it motivates him to an action. What's that action?
oh,
Kill him?
Emerson, like to work for him?
Not quite.
So to kill Dr. Bledsoe?
No, it's not to kill Dr. Bledsoe.
But he said it though.
Is it like,
Get revenge.
What does this motivation cause him to do when he's confronted with his southern past?
I don't know.
He's not going on a murder spree. He's angry. That line is to let you know how angry he is. So he decides to take a, no,
Take a.
he's hunting for a
Job.
job. He decides to take a low-paying job. So his response to his anger, his response to his frustration, his response to his embarrassment is, well, I'm just gonna take any old job and see where that leads. And you guys will see in your own reading where it leads him. But I do wanna know, how does him confronting his past relate to this hero's journey? How does this relate to his hero's journey, dealing with his past?
is it like where he's at? Like, specifically,
Is there a phase that makes a hero have to confront his past?
Is it?
Like in general? Oh my God.
I'm asking you, based on the article. How does him having to confront and face his past affect his hero's journey? You guys should really annotate those documents, but I'm gonna keep circling back to it. Because he said, going to New York, he is entering the unknown, and now he is confronted with his past, which is not a good thing. This isn't good news that he's dealing with.
Of course.
He is now him having to face his past is requiring him to now test. All right. So today you have two questions. One is a quote. What does it mean? The other one is, what was the narrator's reaction to seeing a white man order special? Talk about it. We're only gonna do 5 minutes because today's classes are shorter and I wanna give you time to write.
Ready if I say. Ready. Oh yeah. Okay.
Bro, how was your weekend, bro?
So the
What'd you do Monday, bro?
no, bro, I was
Chilling.
the coffee thingy or the order.
The first one?
Oh, it's at 179. Yeah, she said it.
How does the react? How does that make sense? How does the react when you see?
You're
how does
asking, you're asking me like, how does that make sense, bro? How does the
that is
react?
what?
She got dyslexia.
No.
She do.
Huh?
She got the dyslexia.
Did I just say it?
Hmm?
Should I just cut it? Nah, that's it.
Wait, wait.
Nah. I know what she was. How does he react?
What do you mean by how does the react?
Yeah.
For the me.
No.
Say it for the me. How does the react? The react?
She obviously means how does he react. That's it's obvious, like, you know.
It's obvious.
It's obvious. How does when he sees? Did I say it out loud? How does he react? How does the react when he sees the white man order the special?
How does the react? React. The react. To make it good.
How does the react? Okay. How does he react?
Bro, I can't find the white guy.
White man order. You found it? What page?
178 or 179?
So, you see him right there.
He starts being racist.
Yeah.
I figured. It's
Wait,
common sense.
how does the react when he sees? How does he react when he sees the white man order the special at the dinner? Wait, what's the answer to that one?
He was being racist.
Oh, who does he think he is? Wait, no. Got up and walk out. Where's the white guy? That's why the question. Where?
Were you annotated?
Right here?
What's on
The
your
only problem
Yeah.
with ambition is that.
But she says 179.
Oh, this is a good one. What do you think that means? The only problem with ambition is that it sometimes blinds one to reality. What is that?
That, like, you know, when you.
What does the assistant mean? Is he right? Who's assistant?
The assistant is the guy that read the letters
Oh,
that told him to, like,
the only problem.
that checked them real quick. That one's easy. Number 2 is easy, but how does the react?
I did the react. Be like,
Talk to me.
Be like,
How
I
does
think
he
the
react
react.
to seeing this white guy order the special? Why is he mad? What is so angry about the white guy ordering the special? Yeah, Marco?
I guess he's like, maybe he felt like offended by the fact that the guy offered him that same special and giving it to a white man. Like, he probably thinks he's being called white.
I don't think he thinks he's being called white. He didn't take the special because he felt he was stereotyped, but he's angry that the white guy gets to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about those two. What is angering him? It's not the special that's angering him. What bothers him so much?
That he wants the food?
He does want the food. But dig deeper. What else is bothering him?
Like, are you getting it?
Why is he mad that the white guy is eating the food?
Is he being
He
racist?
could have ordered it.
Because he's being racist?
No, everything's not racist.
Because it's stereotype.
What about the stereotype?
Because it was proved wrong.
No, the stereotype was not proven wrong.
Mm.
The waiter said, I asked him for a specific meal because of where he was from and because of his race. Yet he's angry to see that same meal is being eaten by a white man. Why? Talk to me. recruiting.
It's because it feels insulted because in the previous stage of today's conversation was active discipline. So like yes, the white man system meal like nothing.
So what is making him angry?
So the fact that he has to show discipline because he's a black man.
There we go.
Mm.
His anger is surrounding the fact that as a black man, he has to be disciplined against stereotypes. As a black man, he can't eat the thing he really wants to eat because it will prove that white people think that all black people eat these things, that all Southern people want these things. As a black man, there is extra work that he has to do. This white guy is just ordering whatever he wants to eat today and eating like there's nothing wrong, but as a black man, he's carrying more baggage, and that is what's truly angering him, not the actual meal. Now let's talk about the quote. The only problem with ambition is that it sometimes blinds one to reality. What does the assistant mean by this? The only problem with ambition is that it sometimes
Carry, bro.
blinds one
That's
to
your bad.
reality. What does that quote mean, Brad?
Is that when like you want something too much, you sometimes you forget that like sometimes you can't get it or something. You know what I mean?
Help him out, 'cause you're
Help me
starting
out,
off
bro.
with-
Help me out,
You
bro.
want something so much,
Ambition.
what happens?
If you focus on one thing, you might not like pay attention to like the other details.
You may not pay attention to the other details, let's keep building on that is correct. When you want something so badly, what might you do?
Anything.
You might do anything, even if it causes you to compromise yourself. The narrator wanted so badly to get this job, to get this tuition money, and to go back to college, that he was blinded to the fact that he was single-handedly handing people a piece of paper that was harming his reputation.
Mhm.
Because after the first or second rejection, what would a smart person do?
Just
Stop
move on.
giving out them letters.
Move on.
You got 6 letters deep
I would have given them.
before you found out that you were walking around New York destroying your own name. All right, we're gonna take the last 5 minutes of class today and work on your conclusions. Over the weekend, you should have built your body paragraph.
I need my
Your
intro, bro.
conclusion today needs to restate your thesis, which means reiterate the 3 examples that you mentioned in your first paragraph. You need to synthesize, meaning streamline into one sentence, the details to communicate how you defended this argument that you made in your thesis. And then you need to write a looking forward statement. It doesn't give new information, but it really draws your thesis and connects it to what people should do moving forward, because we're dealing with this issue of masking. This is a what next sentence. When you finish doing that, throw 3 vocabulary words somewhere into this essay. Any 3 that you want from list 7 or list 8. That is also your homework for tonight. Because remember, this is due on Friday. You can work with a friend, have them read something, look it over, do the thing.
I'm gonna need a picture of that.
So now you can make your edits. Tomorrow will be an editing session, so you need to have your full paper with you.
What does a paragraph look like? A body paragraph? Do we have evidence? How many evidence?
1 piece of evidence each paragraph. I just said 3.
I
So
mean-
the 6 that you did for homework, you found the best 3 and work those into your section.
One for each. Okay. And we gotta use the other book. Blasting My Mask.
Just go
One
for
quote.
it.
Okay. Alright. Okay. That's easy for some like 3 quotes. Say letters. 3 quotes. You better lock it in later.
We just.
Right,
Bruh, that's us, bruh.
Today, go to fifth period.
You gotta create it.
Make sure
we
you
don't got-
start
we got
reading
Father John last,
this week's assignment,
Wait, why are we going for three?
because we're on math.
And then what?
You got Father John last, bro.
Start working on black skin, white math, and finish your conclusion with 3 vocab words somewhere in the lesson.
Black and white blood, man.
You gotta read, do the essay, and do the other book.
Bruh.
Tripping, bro.
What?
He's tripping.
Read it like guys, right, yeah.
Right, chapter 3.
Have you been reading the other book, Kevin? Have you?
Bro, it's so
The-
short. That doesn't look that short.
Is it
I've been reading it too.
You Kevin,
Low key,
bro.
low key.
Like low key though?
Chapter 2.
Like no cap though?
No cap.
Like no kids though? Yeah. Let's go, guys.
Because then I can't get a cat. I would rather get a cat than the braces.
Nasa gullo may karogalel.
But yours is different. I'm very. Just go get a
Yo,
Morning.
morning. Yo, I am. Noche para Bruh. Fifth period is crazy right now.
What class you got?
Lying.
Fifth period. Matani. No.
Bye, Nick. You're so funny. I love Nick. They're Bacchus. I need to bathroom. ¿Dónde gana? No.
What?
What? The bell ring already, bro. Oh. Yo. Good morning.
Buenos días, Brad.
Oh, we gotta do timeline. Bleh. La verdad.
La verdad.
La verdad, ya estuvo. Ya estuvo bueno.
Ya estuvo bueno. Así que todos no quiero ver a nadie en computadora, no quiero ver a nadie en celular, yo quiero ver todo el mundo